So I'm over near Shoreditch, so I'm Brick Lane. So I'm meeting up with Claire. We're gonna have some dinner, and before I do a video. So one of the things I got to thinking about is like, what is good street photography? Like anything, like a picture of a person on the street taken by somebody with a camera. Is that street photography really? I mean, it's a picture of a person on a street. Like just picking up a guitar for the first time and strumming it. Does that make you a musician? I think that's what I'm hinting at. Like everyone's got a camera, everybody can click, can't they? To take the kind of street photographs that are gonna have bollocks, that are gonna make people, you know when people are flipping through social media platforms at a zillion miles an hour, flick, 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 flick. Like what's gonna make them kind of go, whoa, flip back, what the fucking hell's that? Do you know what it takes to take the kind of photographs that have an edge, that are a little bit dangerous? Said this before, and guys, I'll probably be saying it a million times again. It takes being scared.
You're too sweet to be hurt, but I'm still trying to change.
I mean, there's two kinds of street photographs, right? There's the kind of Cartier Bresson photograph, which is like a great compositions. They have like a narrative to them. I love those photographs as well, but for me, my default really is I want those frames that are in your face, almost a little bit outrageous at times. Like, man alive, how did he get the camera there?
A change in your heart was where the shadow was born.
Because what happens if you notice, like we go out on the street, you keep a distance, right? You keep a distance to the degree that you're scared. And everybody has their like little fear barrier, right? Their little line in the sand. And it's up to all of us. It's up to all of us who are interested in creating the kind of photographs that I'm talking about, right? To keep pushing the envelope, like to keep pushing that boundary, keep pushing that line back. And the only way we can do that is to bring that fear into our awareness. Because if we're not aware of it, then how can we push through it? What happens is fear comes up and we're kind of unconscious, and what we do, we keep our distance, we avoid it, but it's unconscious. So what I'd invite you to do is when you're out and you're shooting street photography is to kind of keep an eye on that fear, and then you can kind of play with it. You can kind of push through it.
But I'm still trying to change.
Like, I don't have anything against Cartier Bresson, you understand? I'll take those kind of shots when I want to have a little rest. No, I'm kidding, guys. No, you can't have a go at the governor. And I do like those shots about, I don't know, I'll take Don McCullin, Bruce Gilden any day of the week. But like I said, like even today, I'll get the shots that I'm talking about, and then I'll pepper it with a few of those other shots, those kind of storytelling shots. One of the things I find is it's about creating an energy. I've said it before, because when you're alert, and fear, I'll tell you what fear does. If you're conscious of it, if you use that fear to facilitate that staying awake, because that alertness, when you're alert, you see more. That's what I'm talking about here. So you can use that shit. Right, anyway, it's rock and roll.
We never run circles, nothing's ever staged. I can stay with you forever without feeling caged. So kiss me, oh kiss me.
Little disclaimer, this way of shooting is perhaps not for everybody. It takes being on the balls of your feet, and it takes, like I said, it takes pushing it. It takes being willing to be uncomfortable. It's preference, right? Like I said, I have nothing against those more traditional type of street photography, if there is such a thing. And I'll take those as well, like I said, but for me, I want them to be a little bit more staunch, have a little bit more of that edge, a little bit more of immediacy, so they look like they're springing out of the photograph. But like I said, do you like classical music or do you like rock and roll? It's preference, isn't it? Personally, I prefer rock and roll.
Kiss me like you do. Come on and kiss me. Oh, kiss me. And kiss me like you do.
But I'm fascinated by images that have that dangerous quality to them. And like sometimes people ask, well, don't you worry about what other people say or about when people get annoyed and that kind of thing? Can you live with it? Like, can you live with a little bit of guilt? Like, at the end of the day, what are you doing? You're not walking around the streets threatening people with a shotgun, are you? Some people might. It's like have a perspective, isn't it, guys? Do you know what I mean? It's like, we're not doing any harm, but can you live with it? See, what people who want to shoot in the way that I'm talking about, they want someone to tell them that it's okay to do it. It's a loose end that's going to have to stay loose. There's no right or wrong. Like I said, are you willing to live with that little bit of uncertainty and that little bit of, oh, should I be doing this? Because a lot of the great photographers have done, do, and will keep doing so.
Like you do.
I've just come out of the restaurant with Claire. I'm going to have a little mooch down Brick Lane, get some iPhone shots with Hipstermatic. I've got a really cool little filter, which I like, especially for night shots. That's the way I roll, just keep pushing it. Actually, this is the preset, look, if you're interested. Then I'll put the pictures up and then I'm going. Night, guys.
I'm alone. I'm alone. I ain't got no home in this dying world we roam. I'm alone. How it's cold.
Pretty cool, isn't it, that filter?
It's cold. I will get out of the mud, though my clothes are drenched in blood and it's cold.